So here is the next video, speaking about material world, trying to understand where we are, what is our environment, what is the rules of the game of material world. So as we spoke before, this whole deck represents material world, material universe. You can see like the golden age with so many different layers on it, yes. And the soul is hidden in it, right? So the soul is trying to find the exit or the ultimate happiness that makes him or makes her just overflow with bliss. So that's the goal. It's so simple. Everyone wants to be happy. How to find happiness? We're trying to enjoy matter. Doesn't make us happy. Keeps us pushing forward. So ultimately, the soul tries to understand how to find permanent happiness. Yeah, but we are in the world, material world, and a prime factor of material world is time. Time takes it all. It's a famous saying, yeah. So the material world doesn't matter which way you try, how much you have. All this will be taken just based on the time. So the world card represents the soul, how it is connected into material world. So you can say in one way, all the cards are in that one card. It's the representation of all the cards except the two. In a way, even the two is there. Who's the lady behind it? The lady behind it is the soul itself. What is the mask for? So popular. Now, yes, the mask. Wear the mask, be safe. Really, in this deck, the mask really represents like the soul is wearing like external clothes of this material like body, yeah. So the soul reflects itself out, like it's kind of a projection of the karma and the character and personality of the soul. So here she is, yeah, and it's represented by the tower, by the Saturn. So the Saturn is ruling the time, ruling the form, ruling the structure, ruling the reincarnation. Saturn is the boss, right? So soul is behind it, and here she has like a wrist, how can we say, watch or wristband or like a device, yeah, symbolic representation. So it's connected to it. And here is the box, the square box, so famous in all secret societies and all the esoteric lore. They speaking that you are in a box, yeah, 4-dimensional box, and everything is kind of played to you, just like you're in a computer game. It's just like in a computer game, you have one screen. Being in a box, it means how many you have. You have 6, right? You have 6 different screens, and it doesn't matter which way you look, there is like a wall around you, yes? Okay, so the more on this deck, this is the Tree of Life. Yeah, Tree of Life is also another projection how this material world is structured and how to get out of it. So Kabbalah, Tree of Life, and Tarot, they're intimately connected. They all these systems combined together or separately ultimately want you to give an idea how to leave this place and how to have spiritual realization. Okay, so you in a box, we are in a box. We're in a box of material world that is ruled by time. It has 7 worlds up, 7 worlds down. So 7 is a very significant number. It represents the planet Saturn in an original system. There's 2 kind of main numerology systems. So the Vedic one, the traditional one, 7 is Saturn, always. And the South Tamil Nadu system, that is all the Western world, and most of the people actually follow that numerological system. It is structured a little bit differently, right? So we're going with this deck with the original system. So we explore another videos also what's the other system and how it works simultaneously together. It's like a program. Yeah, you make your own program and you make it powerful enough to impact the world, and it starts to work basically. Because the other one most likely is coming from Ravana, who is a very powerful demon, who is very good in psychology and astrology and magic and mysticism and all this, and he made his own rules in this material world. So it's still carrying on from that time, and yeah, of course it works. So soul is here holding the fruit of material world. So the key understanding of this card is like, we are making the choice to be in this world. It's we want to be in this world. As soon as the soul drops all the goods in the material world, as soon as the soul drops the mask and trying to leave the material identification, everything will change. It really rules also like the ego of the soul, the false ego that this material world is emanating from. It's like an element, a hunger. Means everything you project out. I am this person, I am in this world, I have this experience, but in reality you're just watching TV. That's the reality of the situation. So all you gotta do is get out and stop watching TV, stop being entertained by the TV, and start really exploring and trying to reach your soul, and therefore acting and trying to have a better immediate result and immediate destination, in this life, and ultimately over the whole big picture, where is that you want to end up. So you can ask all these questions, you can figure out the answer, and you can hit that destination with the help of spiritual guides. Yes, so we come back to this. What else is here? There's all the esoteric symbols. There is a blanket. Soul has the blanket, the checkerboard blanket. Yeah, the checkerboard really represents the duality of material world, the good and evil. Yeah, but they're both material. So you can be in a black side or the white side. You're still in the material world. So you want to transcend the black and white checkerboard experience. Then you got more like you got Capricorn. And you got Aquarius symbols here connecting to astrology. You got some sigils related to planet Saturn. Ultimately, what's important to know is that behind there is the Star of David, or the Satkhon, that is called in Sanskrit. Satkhon is really the symbol of spiritual world and the ultimate spiritual planet. And from there it expands and it symbolizes, it can just symbolize in a material world union of male and female energies, right? Or you can just see it as a blend of opposite elements that are fire and water. So many ways, but ultimately it means it's like a shape of the planet in a spiritual world, the center of spiritual world. So with the Satkhon, it's like a key, mystic key that opens everything, and you can attract anything that you want. So soul has to turn around and see the spiritual dimension. That's the idea of this card. Now there is a number, 311 trillion years. This is the number that represents how long one material universe lasts. And we're speaking about the whole big picture. Like, as you get into Vedic knowledge, you suddenly start to realize the magnanimity of it, and how the time expands over billions of years, and how there is a cycles and all what's going on in the material world. But the total sum of time for one material creation, for the one universe, one day of Brahma, the creator, who makes the world and then remakes it again. So the one day of experience of the soul being active, reincarnating, and after this the souls go to sleep. But then again they come back, right? So 311 trillion years, that's the cycle, right? So humongous amount of time. So it's really infinite time. And the reincarnation is not something really like, first it gives you relief. It's like, oh, well, I won't die, so that's great. But if you really start to see, it is how much suffering it's bringing on, the repeated flow of time. You get something, you lose something. You get something, you lose something. You get something, you lose something. And it goes on and on without stopping ever. So you want something permanent. And the permanent thing is the spiritual world. The permanent thing is the soul. You want to understand, I am the soul, I'm going towards spiritual goals and dimensions where things are lasting, where things are beyond the madness of material world. And it's not impersonal. There is impersonal place of it as well, but impersonal liberation is nothing more than a zero. It's like you paying all your debts, so you're not stressed out, but you want also the money, right? You want to buy something, you want to enjoy, symbolically speaking, yeah. So you want to have a huge amount of money, so to say, to operate, to have positive experience, yeah. Not that you just want zero. So you want soul entering in the spiritual world, having eternal relationships. So that's why it breaks down to material world, leaving material world and entering spiritual world. So you got 20 and 21, and I'm sure if you're a little bit familiar with the tarot, you will know that like about 100 years ago, when tarot became very big in Europe, there was a lot of tarot masters who put the soul card, the fool card, in the middle of those two. Based on like Hebrew alphabet, they put it here. That was the reason. But possibly also the reason why they really put it there, not because of the fixing the Hebrew alphabet, but that secret. Leaving material world, spiritual world. Soul in the middle. Soul can make a choice. I want to be in the material world. I want to be in the spiritual world. Soul is called Tatashta region in Sanskrit. So which way he can choose? Soul has free choice. No one forcing the soul to go a spiritual direction. No. Soul is independent. Free will is always there. You can make a choice. I want to be here. I want to suffer. I want to experience the material world. It's okay. Yeah. Most of the people, that's what they do. But those who are more intelligent, they start to realize, oh no, this place is not a very good place. I want to leave this place. So where to go? You have to leave the entire dimension of time and enter somewhere where time don't play the game, right? There is a different understanding of time, meaning your relationships and everything what you create is internal value. Nothing's taken from you anymore. So you have to enter the spiritual world. So that's the game of tarot, really. Those three cards combined together will tell you everything. Alright, till next time. See you. Ciao.